Alright. Now I just seen something today that's, gonna end up making a lot of Mayweather haters kinda mad. Um, ESPN released their money issue today. Not today's, the annual money issue is coming out here pretty soon. And they got, Floyd Mayweather on the front cover. They got him as the highest paid athlete here in the United States. You know, um, Manny Pacquiao's on their list too. And, this is something that, you look at it and you ain't gonna be able to say that Manny Pacquiao deserves, to get 50-50 or more than Mayweather if they happen to fight. When you look at this, what they got right there. They have Floyd, you know, for that one fight he had with Ortiz last year. It's his only fight that year for 2011. His fight with Ortiz, he took home $40 million. That's what they got listed on there. I looked up Manny Pacquiao's name on that list, and for Manny Pacquiao's 2 fights, he took home $50 million. So what does that tell you? Mayweather in one fight is making almost double what Pacquiao is for not two, but for one fight. In Mayweather's one fight, he made almost what Pacquiao did for 2, and Pacquiao is going to turn down $40 million when, for that whole year 2011, with his boxing matches, he had 2 and only made $10 million more than $40 million. Now that $40 million, that would have been his biggest payday for one fight. Like what in the hell? You already got this dude Floyd making more money than him. They're offering him, $40 million, and that's generous. Almost what you take home from that sport for a whole year. He offers you that. You still want to ask for more? He would have given you that guaranteed. Then you'd also have what Aaron was guaranteeing Manny, plus, whatever else Manny would make from the fight. You add all that together, that's Manny's biggest payday in his career. And this dude still wanna come up and ask, for 50-50. So, you can thank ESPN for showing that, Pacquiao really ain't doing, as big numbers as, Aaron is saying he doing. If Mayweather's gonna take home $40 million from just one fight, and Pacquiao fighting and, split 50 in 2, it's $25 million each fight, or, maybe in one fight he got like 30, the other fight it was 20. Like, we don't know. We just know that between those 2 fights, he made $50 million. Floyd had one fight, made $40 million. And he willing to offer $40 million to Manny. So that's something for y'all to look at. And I'll go ahead and even post up, from what I seen on the page here, so you can see. It don't make no sense for Pacquiao to want 50-50 when he's already getting, that generous offer. No, I mean, if it was me, I know that that's more than what I have made for any fight, almost double, from my 2 biggest paydays. I'd take it. I mean, they said Manny's biggest payday was with Mosley. And that's his biggest payday. 25 million, and then you getting offered almost double that, and he don't take it. You know, you know that ain't him talking. That's Aaron, because Manny Pacquiao, the humble guy that he's made out to be. I believe that if he were on his own and wasn't with Aaron, then the fight could happen, because you wouldn't have to worry about Aaron, wanting some money. It goes back to, what Floyd said in 2008 about Miguel Cotto. In 2008, about Cotto, what Mayweather said was, Aaron got a chokehold on Cotto's career and I'm my own boss. And once Cotto becomes an entrepreneur, then we can talk. And look what happened. Cotto left Aaron, became his own promoter, and the fight was made. Mayweather been saying that in his opinion he feel that Pacquiao should leave Aaron. I mean, look at the past few years. Aaron's biggest money makers have all left him. They had De La Hoya, Mayweather, and now Cotto. And I'm thinking maybe Chavez Jr. might soon be joining them as the people to leave Top Rank. Because with the stuff going on with his contract, he don't look like he too satisfied with it. But when you look at that, it is kind of suspicious. I mean, at that time, Floyd left. If you look at it, if Floyd would have been the lead, you have him and Cotto. Cotto would have been next in line, to take Floyd's spot as Aaron's cash cow. But Manny Pacquiao came along, and I guess Aaron saw Pacquiao as more marketable than Cotto. So, I mean, Cotto already lost to Margarito, who they was calling the most feared man, but he was really nothing but a bum, who had that vacant WBO title and that NABO title, like I stated, in one of my other videos. He ain't fought nobody significant. I think it was even in my video, Who Has Floyd Mayweather Ducked? You might want to go back and look at that. Cotto hadn't won any titles from any fighter until he fought Yuri Foreman. That was the first title he took from somebody. All the other titles that Cotto won, they was vacant. Every title before that he won, every major title was vacant. He never took a title from an actual title holder. And when Floyd was, champion in that division before retiring, where was Cotto though? Cotto didn't say nothing until after Mayweather beat Hatton and retired. And even then Cotto didn't say he wanted to fight. All the media did is they asked Cotto about it. And all Cotto was saying is that Mayweather retired so he doesn't have to fight good fighters. Cotto never said he wanted to fight Mayweather. He just gave his opinion on it. Cotto never said that Mayweather was ducking him. He never said that he was trying to talk to Aaron about, fighting Mayweather at that time. All he did was say Mayweather retired so he doesn't have to fight good fighters. He said that was his opinion on it. And people say that Cotto's lying when he say he never pushed for the fight. Well, is giving your opinion on another person the same as calling them out? No, it's not calling them out. And then just like when Floyd said he wanted to go up and wait and fight Costa, or when he said he heard Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley come down to 147, he said he'd go to 147 and fight them. Mosley said he wanted to take time off for a toothache, come back and fight the next year. When they asked him about it, I think it was Larry Merchant who even asked him about it after one of his fights. But Shane Mosley never came back for that fight after healing from his supposed toothache. even back then, when they're still talking about Margarito, you gotta look at stuff. It was right before Floyd fought Zab Judah. Okay, Zab Judah was the undisputed welterweight champion. Okay, Carlos Baldomir beat him. And, the only thing is Baldomir didn't pay sanctioning fees, for the belts because that would have been more money than he was taking home from the fight. That's what he gave as his reason for not paying sanctioning fees for those belts when he beat Zab Judah. So Baldomir became, the undisputed welterweight champion at that point. And, before Floyd fought Judah, he's on ESPN. He had an interview with Brian Kenny. And Brian Kenny was asking Floyd, how come you're going after Judah? He was the undisputed champ. Baldomir just beat him. How come you're not fighting Baldomir instead? Or why don't you fight somebody like Ricky Hatton? What happened after that? Floyd ended up fighting Baldomir after Zab Judah on the same date, November 12th. That was that same date that they originally had planned for Margarito, but then again, look at it. Margarito was nobody at that time. He only had those vacant titles and then some title that, don't nobody ever heard of unless we're gonna go back and, look at his record and see, oh, he has that NABO title. What is that? That ain't no title that, really gets a whole bunch of recognition. Ain't one of the main ones. With the vacant WBO title, So, when people are saying Floyd Doug, okay, let me ask you all. In comparison, you got a hyped up bum who lost all his biggest fights, and the only titles he had is some unknown one, and then a belt that was vacant. He just picked it up fighting some other no name. Okay, or you can fight the guy who everybody, and who knows anything about boxing, all the fans, everybody just watch, whoop the undisputed champ in your division. Okay, so you're saying it's ducking to go after some random bum ass dude versus fighting the undisputed champ. Okay, and what's funny is people say Baldomir was too old. Floyd is the same age that Baldomir is, or was at that point. Floyd is 35 right now. When Baldomir fought him, Baldomir was 35. Ain't nobody saying Floyd is too old right now. But they're saying Baldomir is too old. Okay? Now, does that make sense? Y'all answer that for me. And another thing, you look at Oscar De La Hoya. Okay? How old is Oscar De La Hoya right now? Oscar De La Hoya is what, 37 right now? Nah, Oscar, he's 39 right now. When he fought Floyd, he was 34. And people are saying, oh, Oscar was too old then. Okay, well, Floyd was just now 34 when he fought Victor Ortiz. Nobody's saying he was too old. So y'all need to cut that out. Stop making up these excuses for, why Mayweather won and his opponent didn't. Stop talking all this nonsense about he ducked people in the past without looking at what's actually happening. Like I tell y'all before, look at what's actually happening. Don't pay attention to the media. But I'm out right now. Peace.